Hey guys, it's Kieran Trollcaller, and I'm excited because it's now time for us to play some more and do some more of the Myth walkthrough. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and go talk to Merle Ambrose. We just finished defeating Malistaire, and we have made the spiral safe again. Okay, Merle, what's up?
Bravo, bravo, young wizard. Because you stopped Malistaire,
Yay!
you saved
Every world was saved because of
spiral.
us.
The headmaster looks at you with a twinkle in his eyes.
How fantastic is this?
I remember when you first enrolled at Ravenwood.
Uh-huh.
I thought
He
I
thought he
saw
saw
something
special,
special.
I
didn't he?
apologize for the actions
Oh,
of my brother
nice.
Malistaire.
Cyrus.
With your help, I have released Sylvia's spirit and have done my best to set things right.
There we go.
And I admit that I should have trusted your instincts
good,
about the
very
young
good.
wizard, Ambrose. Though off to a rough start,
Rough
the
start.
wizard has
He
become
didn't give me a
truly
chance, but hey,
remarkable student.
we're nice.
Ah, indeed.
Okay.
Now, how about heading back to our classes? I'm certain we can all use a break from adventure.
Very good. I'm good with that.
Exciting news. Oh, exciting news indeed. Professor Baelstrom's efforts to enter the door.
Oh, very cool.
to
So now we're going to
Celestia
get the
have met with
quest
success.
to Celestia. This is fantastic stuff, guys. Okay.
Baelstrom has repaired Celestia's
So now we can go to that
key.
strange star-lost
Now
world.
we can go to that strange star-lost
Yeah,
world
check it out.
and learn of its fate. Here you go. For obvious reasons, you
I've
have
more than earned
earned
this.
Headmaster Ambrose hands you a spiral key carved with astronomic symbols.
There we go.
Oh,
Awesome.
yes. There's a distress call from the Spiral Geographic Society trapped on Celestia.
Do see if we can help
if
them
you
out.
Can help them out.
Okay, guys. Fantastic. So let's talk about where we are at this point in the game. Okay? So we have finished the whole first arc. We have saved the spiral from Cyrus Drake. Now, I remember when this was as far as you could get in the game. That was max level 50. And man, it was great feeling. You just did everything. But then they came out with an update. Oh, yeah. What a great update it was. They came out with what I guess I'm going to call the Celestian update. And the Celestian update didn't give us just Celestia, but also gave us Wintertusk. Now, I'm a big fan of Grizzlime, even though the first part of Grizzlime gives you pretty, well, a lot of people complain that it doesn't give you hardly any experience at all. I'm pretty okay with the experience levels you get and everything. That's not a problem with me. You know what? Yeah, we're just going to go straight into it. But I think Grizzleheim is one of the coolest looking places and one of the neatest worlds that they have made here in the Spiral. Just a lot of people don't like the first part. They think it's like, I like it. I like it, though. So let's go to Grizzleheim, and what we're going to do is we're going to go help out the king because he asked for us way before Celestia. Now, the way I like to play the worlds is I like to try to do Grizzleheim in order as we get the Grizzleheim quests, okay? And here we go. See what we're trying to do quest-wise. There we go. Is we're going to Bjorn Iron Claws. Notice it is a starred quest, so that's why we're doing it, okay? Remember, it's only starred quest and myth quest because it's myth all the time. But they've called for our help, and we're going to go ahead and talk to Bjorn, our friend.
Ho there, Outlander. Forgive
Aha.
me. My gladness at seeing you is outmatched by my dread of the curse upon Grizzleheim.
Okay, what's the problem?
Your presence humbles me.
Ah.
I am only the second greatest hero in Grizzleheim. When you visit me,
Oh, okay.
times are grim. Though
Aha.
you defeated them before,
evil members of the Covenant
evil
struck
members
again?
We
Okay.
fear that this is the final act of their terrible plan to curse the spiral.
Okay, so we got to
with the
stop those
dreaded
ravens.
Everwinter. King Velgard Goldenblade has need of your spells. Enter his hall and speak with him if you are a true hero.
And we are going to go talk with the king because we're all about helping out the bears. Fantastic. Okay, so there we are. Velgard Goldenblade. Let's see what he has for us to do.
I am pleased you heard my call.
Very good.
As Bjorn Ironclaws told you, the evil ravens of the Coven are trying to bring the Everwinter upon Grizzleheim.
Oh, for sure.
Once this dreadful cold comes, it will wreath our world in ice, and the freeze will spread throughout the spiral.
Gotta stop that.
Though the Coven met their defeat at your hands, they crept from their hidey holes and struck again.
Okay, well, we can
There
stop
is
him.
much to tell you, but still more that I do not know.
Okay.
Your old friend, Raffin Lorespeaker.
Hey,
of
Raffin
Ravenstar,
Lorespeaker.
wishes to speak with you. He knows more about this grim threat.
Okay, so I'm going to go get to Raffin. I'll be back in a...
Would that I had better news for you, Wizard.
Well, tell us,
The
Raffin.
Coven has returned after the same goal. The Everwinter.
Okay,
you
same
have
thing,
heard of
same
the
problem.
Titans of Storm, Fire, and Ice, yes?
Yep.
They were the first beings before the spiral was made.
Okay.
The Ice Titan sleeps deep beneath Grizzleheim, sent into a centuries-long slumber by Bartleby himself.
Oh, okay.
The Coven would rouse the Ice Titan from that eternal rest. When he rises, his fury will be cold and fierce.
Yeah, we don't want him to rise.
Runes tell
So we're
me
dealing with
that
another
the
Titan,
Coven is
guys.
at work in
First, we had to deal
Frontfjord,
with the
a port in a part of
Fire
Grizzleheim
Titan,
called
or the Dragon,
Wintertusk.
and now we had to deal with the Ice Titan. Well, that's okay. We can help with
Use
this.
your wits, your spells, and your courage to defeat the Coven once more. Only you can do this deed.
Okay.
Go and speak to Valgard.
Okay, Valgard Goldenblade.
once more, and tell him that Hrundle Fjord is where you must go.
Now, you'll notice that you end up dealing with all three Titans at some point, but the whole deal with the Dragon Titan was trying to keep him asleep. That's the deal with him. The whole deal with the Ice Titan, guess what? We don't want him to wake up either, because that'd be bad news as well. Now, later on, the Storm Titan's a totally different scenario, so we gotta be careful of that. Okay, let's hop in here and let's talk to our buddy Valdar and see what he wants us to do. So, lots of stuff happening.
I can see from your grim demeanor that Raffin has told you much.
Oh yeah, lots much.
So Raffin Lorespeaker tells you that the Coven is up to their evil in
Yes, in
Hrundle
Hrundle Fjord.
This angers and frightens me.
Okay.
I have not heard from my subjects in Hrundle Fjord in some time, and I worry that they have met with trouble.
Well, then we need to go help them.
Balder Goldpaws is at the dock of Northgard. He can take you to the part of Wintertusk called Hrundle Fjord. Go now
Okay.
and speak to Balder, and go to Hrundle Fjord with the king's favor at your side like a trusted sword.
Okay, guys, let's go find Baldar. I'll be back in a second. Okay, guys, here's Balder. Let's talk to him. Nope, not him. Balder.
Hello there, young wizard. How can I help you?
Yes.
Wish to journey to Hrundle Fjord?
That's what we
Here's
want.
a simple task. Step over to my ship and we will set sail.
And so we set
Here
sail,
it is.
and look.
Hrundle Fjord, part of Wintertusk.
Very cool.
If you wish to return to Northgard, or return here from Northgard, my ship is at your service.
So this is part 2. This is called Wintertusk, or Hrundle Fjord, guys. So I'm pretty excited about this, okay? Let's talk to
Long
Goldpars
has
one more
it
time.
been since I visited Hrundle Fjord, but it is clear that something is terribly wrong.
Okay.
There is an unseasonable chill in the air, and I have never seen a ship with such ice upon it. Stride
Okay.
over to that nearby
We gotta go to the
ship,
ship, and if you'll see, it
see
sails.
what ails it and the crew who stand beside it.
Okay, so first off, the biggest problem we have is
Examine the longship.
the ship is
This
all
ice
iced up.
not natural. It was frozen in place here at the dock.
that's not good. Okay, and then look,
These warriors were
they're
frozen,
frozen in their tracks.
Powerful ice magic is at work here.
Okay, let's go talk back to Balder, see what he suggests.
There are others who could have done this, but I'll wager that the Coven is behind this dread chill.
Okay, so,
Ill-doing at the docks can only be a sign that further mischief is afoot.
okay,
You should go and examine the gates to Hrundle Fjord and see if they were able to withstand this wretched cold. Go
okay.
and scout.
So we gotta go check the gates.
Not open the gates or enter the village just yet. There may be trouble within. As a captain, I cannot abandon my longship, so I will wait here
Alrighty,
for
so
your
Balder
return.
says we need to go check the gates. So let's go check the gates. So this is Hrundle Fjord. If you're a crafter, guys, this place is awesome because there is tons of reagents that pop up all the time without the huge need
The
to
gates are closed and appear
with
to be
long
locked,
running around
but
areas.
the cold silence
Radiates from the
within
village. Okay, so this place is awesome, especially if you're a crafter, because you'll be able to find tons of reagents and stuff. So let's go ahead and talk to Baldur and see what he tells us to do, because we gotta get through those gates.
The gates are locked, eh?
Yep, they're
That
locked.
is a sure sign of trouble.
In kinder times, the village guards would have seen the sails of my ship and opened the gate to greet us.
Yeah, what's with that?
I suspect that the village of Hrundlefjord is in the icy clutches of evildoers.
We got shut 'em down then.
There must be a way through the gates. Perhaps a secret signal to alert those inside.
Okay.
Those frostbones outside the gate may know more about getting inside.
Let's do the
We
frostbones
should
then.
defeat a few frostbones and see how they signal to one another.
Very, very good. Now let's check our deck, guys. Let's go ahead and pull out everything we don't need. We don't really need the single trap, and we really don't need the, we'll keep, yeah, we'll go ahead and keep both of those in because it could be useful. Okay, yeah, I think our deck is ready to go. So let's go ahead and take on some of these guys. Now, I remember when I first had to deal with these frostbones back in the day, they were kind of tough. So let me go ahead and knock a few of these guys out, complete the quest, and I'll be back in a second.
As you defeat this Frostbones, it signals its allies by banging its sword on its shield.
There we
More
go,
of them
guys. We
bang
just
their
got the
shields
signal.
in reply. It is a code of some sort.
Very good, guys. So let's go ahead and tell Baldur we now know the code to be able to get in to the gates. They're banging those shields, aren't they? Here we go.
They bang their swords upon their shields instead of speaking? This is an ancient means of signaling. Warriors of old call it Norse code.
Norse code.
It is clear that the town has fallen to evil. Go and use Norse code
to signal the way past the gate.
Thane of Hrundlefjord is named Vanir Stormroar.
Stormroar, okay.
If he lives, he will be in the village's hall. Seek him out and return to me once you know his fate.
Okay, guys, let's rush over to the gates and let's sneak our way in using Norse code. Norse code. If you don't know what that means, they're making fun of Morse code, or should they say they're tongue-in-cheeking it, okay? So let's do it.
You tap on the gate a few times, and something that sounds like
Norse code.
A moment later, it opens.
Okay, guys, we are now here in Hrundlefjord in the main area. Let's go over here and talk to our buddy, Vanir. Notice we got some teleport blocks, too, which is going to make life easy. Oh, boy.
Vanir is frozen
It's frozen solid.
You should tell Baldur the bad news.
Okay, let's go back and tell Baldur the bad news. Be back in a second. Yes, Baldur.
Vanir alone could tell us what happened to Hrundlefjord.
Well, then we need to get him unfrozen.
We must devise a way to thaw Vanir's Stormroar without harming him. This is raven magic. We need a raven.
Okay.
If I remember rightly, an old crone named Morn Shadowbrew dwells within Hrundlefjord.
Fantastic.
Though she was wicked and unkind, she may be able to help us if she has not been turned to ice.
Okay, so
Go
we
and
got to
seek
find
her out
Morn.
and see if
Morn
she can be
Shadowbrew.
convinced to help us in this cold hour.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go see if I can find out. I'll be back in a second. Okay, guys, we're back here in Hrundlefjord, and it looks like, yep, let's go inside and talk to Morn Shadowbrew. And perhaps she can tell us how we can help the Thane, who looks like he's in pretty rough shape there. I mean, he's on a frozen block of ice. I mean, that's like terrible stuff. Those are like bad memories.
Who's this? You're not frozen. No
Nope.
matter. You'll join the others in their wintry doom.
Oh, it's a fight. It's a fight with the Coven Runeclaw. Okay, I think we can handle this. Let's go and do it, Morn Shadowbrew. Okay, so let's take a look. What type of bosses are we dealing with? Ooh, not really that bad. I mean, but she is Storm, so Storms usually have the lowest health. I think we can actually take her down without too much trouble. Let's go ahead and get a Myth Blade up. Now, the only possible problem I can see is if the first thing she throws up is a Myth Shield. That could be kind of annoying, you know. But I think we can totally take him out. And then we've got the Coven Runeclaw. Yes, we can totally take care of that scum. Okay, 2 blades. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, you shake it there, Gus. Shake it. Show us how it works. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Wow, she's now... Here's a big difference right here, guys. You just saw one of the big differences between the opponents that we have to deal with here in this next level set of dungeons. Notice she's going to bring out something that hits you pretty hard. I mean, that Triton spell, you know, not Triton, that was a, sorry. Oh, well, anyways, you know the spell she just cast. That's a pretty hard-hitting spell. We're going to start seeing monsters and bosses mobs and bosses use much higher level spells against us from now on. So we need to be prepared for that. It's going to be more challenging. That means we need to make sure we get our hits in quick as possible and not expect to survive.
Stop!
Okay.
No more! I've had enough! I'll help you! What is it you want?
Very good.
Thawing the Thane Vanir.
Yeah.
He knows nothing, but if you must speak to him,
Hey, I got
here's
the
how
bird
to thaw
watcher.
him.
Nice.
Go to the geysers at the edge of the village
And collect some water?
Collect some scalding water. Here, just pour it over Vanir. He should thaw in a matter of
Very
moments.
good. So we can go ahead and thaw him out.
Magic ice. Only geyser water will serve.
Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and find this geyser water. So she went ahead and gave us something to put it in. Now, if we go over this way, you know, because it's kind of cold up here, right? Like, look how cold everything is. That means we need to go down by the geysers. Okay, and yeah, you can see them from here. See all that steam popping up? Let's go ahead and grab some of this geyser juice. There we go.
You collect the steaming geyser water in the urn.
Try not to burn
or
ourselves.
bowl.
And now let's
Be
go
careful
ahead
not to burn
and see if we can
yourself.
thaw out the Thane. Of course, she seems to think that the Thane is not going to be very helpful to us at all. He doesn't know anything. I think that's what she said, right? The Thane doesn't know anything. Okay, well, let's go talk to the Thane. Ooh, look! He's thawed out.
You pour the
Thane.
steaming geyser water upon the frozen Thane. In a moment or so, he is free.
What has happened? I was in my hall
Yes.
ready to fight the coven when I became quite cold.
Oh, he doesn't remember, does he?
Now I am soaked and steaming. My state lacks dignity, but I am grateful to you for my freedom.
Okay, Vanir.
I don't recognize you, but you're clearly a wizard of some sort.
I
You
get
freed
around.
me, so I will trust you. The
Okay.
one you must speak to is Grandmother
Mother Raven, okay.
She is an old one, older than even the spiral. It is said she gave
Okay.
the eyes of time to the great tree.
Ah, that was long ago.
She is a loyal ally of my people. I bid you check on her. See how she fared. I fear that the coven
has done her ill. Uh-oh.
Grandmother Raven is often near the giant tree behind this hall. Go and seek her out.
Grandmother Raven, one of the ones that...
Brundle
Sorry, I'm
Fjord's
just going to go
strength.
ahead and grab this secondary quest here. But let's go ahead and talk to Grandmother Raven. So we know Bartleby, one of the ancient forces of everything. Now we get to meet Grandmother Raven. She was one of the originals too. So let's head on down here and let's take a look at Grandmother Raven because it's pretty important. We need to get her help in this. Okay, lots of ravens. Okay, there's Grandmother Raven. Boy, but she looks like she's trapped.
Greetings, young wizard. At long last we meet.
That's the voice we've been hearing. It's the narrator.
I
Okay.
have long watched you as you made your way through the spiral.
Very good.
Perhaps you have felt my presence before.
Perhaps I
I
have.
celebrated your victories, and I hope that my counsel reached you in your journeys.
It did. You did
find
good.
me at a disadvantage. Though the ravens are all my children of a sort, some of them are quite wicked.
Okay.
The ravens of the coven are especially untrustworthy.
Okay, so they caught you unawares?
They caught me unawares and trapped me in this cage. If you would help an old grandmother, talk to the three wise sisters called the Norns at the nearby well.
Okay,
They
well, we
can see
definitely
into
want to
the
help out
past,
Grandmother Raven.
across the world as it is, and they know what is to come. They can help you set me free.
Very good. Okay, first, guys, we want to make sure we get a picture of Grandmother Raven. This is pretty cool. Okay, now let's talk to the Norns, which are these three over here. Okay.
I am Erd, the one who knows all that has happened to you before.
Okay.
I am Verdandi, and there is nothing in the spiral that is hidden from my
Okay,
sight.
Verdandi.
I am Scold, and I knew you were coming.
Very good, very
We
good.
Norns tend the loom of fate.
Okay, we
Each
saw the
living
loom over there.
being is but a thread for us to weave into the tapestry.
As
Very
an
good.
outlander, you are free from fate. You are not of Grizzleheim, so your destiny is not part of this tapestry.
Okay.
You alone can change the course of events and thwart the frightful fate that is to come.
Very
To
good.
free Grandmother Raven, you must do the impossible. First, fetch for us the feather of a white raven.
A white raven.
Skogul the Pale is such a raven, with feathers the color of the moon, rather than the night dark sky.
Okay.
Go to Skogul's hut in Rundlefjord and beg from her a single white feather.
I bet you she's going to love to be pointed out like that. Okay, so let's go find Skogul the Peril. Pale. She should just be right over here. I think her hut is just right around the corner here. Yeah, just past these coven frost peaks, right? And boom, to do. Oh boy.
Who's that outside?
Okay.
If you're from the coven, leave me alone. If you've come to free me,
Then welcome. Well, I'm going to free you then.
Frozen shut.
We got to fetch a kettle from the market and fill it with
Melt
snow.
the snow in the fire pit in the market.
And then bring the hot water.
the hot water back to pour over the ice on my door.
Okay, apparently geyser water isn't good enough, so we have to use snow water. Okay, so this is how we do it. First, we run over here, and look, there's a whole bunch of pots. Let's go ahead and grab a pot.
You get a cooking pot and quickly fill it with snow.
Now let's put the cauldron in the fire. And I think there was a fire just down here. Yeah, there it is. I see the fire. So let's just zip around these guys. You gotta be careful of these guys because they can pull you in. Okay.
The snow melts and boils quickly.
Very quickly. Now, throw the one there.
Boiling water over the ice.
And it melts away. We're ready to go in. Okay. Excellent, Skogul.
You're not from around here, are you?
Oh, she's so much nicer than the other ones.
You have my gratitude for getting rid of the ice. But I'm still plenty mad at what's been done.
Okay, what do we gotta do?
Go and teach a handful of those ravens a lesson.
Oh, she's giving us our first go beat somebody up quest.
I'll be willing to listen. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and thrash some of the ravens that ruined this nice village.
Okay, guys, I'm going to knock out some ravens. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, guys, just finished up. Let's talk to Scaldy.
I'll help you
Skogul.
now that the ravens have paid for the trouble they brought to Hrundlefjord.
Good.
What can I do for you? A feather?
Yep, a feather.
An odd request, but if it's for a good cause.
Oh, nice.
Skogul pulls out a stray feather and hands it to you.
Use
Thank
that
you.
in a spell against me, and you'll wish you hadn't.
Wasn't planning on it. Alrighty, let's go and help Grandmother Raven out. So it's a lot of back and forth, but you know, this is kind of cool. There's some neat things that we're about to see happen. I'm kind of excited about it as well. Okay, all the way down, there we go. Vern, Nandi, and Skuld. Okay,
This
we're done.
feather will serve its purpose, but it's only a start.
Okay, what else do we
We
need?
do not send you on idle errands. The things we need are for a mighty spell to change the fate of a world.
Very
The
good.
next impossible thing we need is a claw from a bear with no name. In this world, that
we
is
have to find a
no
claw from
Vanir
Bear's no name.
Stormroarer keeps a census of all who dwell here.
And he knows that there's one
Vanir
without a
is in
name?
his
Okay.
hall, and he will help you find this nameless bear. When you have that bear's claw, you can return.
Okay, so let's go talk to Vanir, and he'll show us the census, and we can figure out which bear doesn't have a name. That's kind of funny. A bear with no name. Okay, no problem at all with that, right? Okay, let's go ahead and find it. There we go. There's Vanir, and let's talk to him.
You seek a bear without a name. How odd. Why would any bear not want to have a name?
You're right.
I keep a census of all those who live in this village. Read it and see if it helps.
Okay. So,
A minstrel.
okay, let's go do that. Let's go ahead and read the census list. I just took a side quest for later, because there's lots of side quests up here in Wintertusk. In fact, you can pick up a lot of experience here in Wintertusk knocking out those side quests. Okay, so here's a census list.
You examine the census.
It doesn't
The list
include
of names
Leaf.
doesn't include Leaf, who is standing outside of town.
Okay, so let's go talk to Leaf, who's standing outside town, see if we can get a claw from him, so that we can help Grandmother Raven out. By the way, I just went up level. I'm now level 54. Pretty exciting stuff, guys.
Greetings. Is it safe to go back?
Yes, it is.
No name? How could they take Leaf off their census? I'll have to speak to Vanir. What's that? You'd
Yeah,
like a claw?
I'd like a claw.
How odd. I was just sharpening my claws and the tip of one of them broke off.
Very good. That's
Must
what I
be
need.
fate at work. In that case, you should have it.
Awesome, guys. We are right on with it. Let's go ahead and talk to Erd, and then we can see what happens with Grandmother Raven. This is pretty exciting, guys. We're going to free Grandmother Raven, the voice inside our head. Yeah, I thought this was a cool part, because then you know who the narrator is now, right? Right.
The claw of a bear with no name.
Yes.
You are clever to win such a prize. Clever indeed.
Very
a
good.
feather from a white raven and a claw from a bear.
Okay, 2 of
with
the 3.
no
What's the third
name.
thing we need?
The third item is perhaps the most difficult to obtain. A tooth.
Tooth from a wolf who has never known battle. Oh!
Fate smiles upon you. At the edge of this village is an
Wizard101
herbalist
Myth.
called Wildleaf.
Let's talk to him and see if he can help. He's a wolf, right? Maybe he hasn't never known battle. Let's go ahead and head right over here around the corner to these sets of huts where we're over here by the geysers. And right in here, I believe, is Regin's place. Okay, Regin.
You aren't from here. Did you come with the Coven, or are you here as a friend to the folk of Horundlefield?
I'm a friend.
We can use allies in this grave time.
An herbalist, okay.
And I do what I can to heal the sick. A tooth? What a strange request. And an odd coincidence. One I cannot ignore.
Oh, good,
when
good.
the ice first came, I bit a piece of it and broke a tooth. I'll readily give it to you, but can you help me?
Yeah?
I have an ache from the missing tooth.
Okay, you need some herbs,
I need
okay.
for the remedy are outside of town. I'll need a sprig each of valerian,
Valerian,
and of
amaranth,
amaranth.
okay.
I'll also need a branch of
Moonwort,
which the Coven Nightwings may have. Gather those 3 herbs, bring them to me, and I'll look around and see if I can find that broken tooth.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and find these herbs. Now, we have to go just outside the gates, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. Let's do this thing. Zippity-doo. And we're gonna have to fight some Coven Nightwings, which I think might be the ones that we fought already. Now, there's some valerian right there. Bam, 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 bam. Now, I wonder if the other route is just around the corner here. Let's check. Sorry, I saw something else there that looked good. Okay. Oh, you know what? There's nothing else up here, is there? Okay, I think I saw where that other stuff was. So let's see if we can find the amaranth. So that's the valerian. The amaranth, I believe, if we hit the map up here, let's see here, amaranth, and, well, okay. Let's go. Oh, wow. Like, I totally hit all the wrong buttons there, didn't I? Okay. Let's see here. Is it up this way? It might be up there. There's some amaranth right there. I knew it'd be up here by Sudgerland. Oh, we have to collect 2 amaranth. There's another amaranth. Very good. Let's go all the way back because apparently I need to collect 2 of the other thing, of the valerian too. So let's go ahead and grab that valerian while we're over here. There we go. And there's our second valerian. Nice. Now let's go back and talk to Regin. I'll be there in a second. Okay, guys, we got everything now. We finished them off, so let's go talk to Regin and see what the deal is. Is he going to give us the tooth? Give us the tooth.
You're quite the gatherer. Those herbs will help ease the pain of this broken tooth. And here, this is for you.
Regan hands you a jagged piece
Awesome.
of broken tooth. That must have hurt coming out.
Okay, guys, let's go talk. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, guys, let's talk to Erd.
We have the 3 that cannot be.
Okay,
Now is
now
the
they can
time
do it.
to weave a tooth, claw, and feather. These are symbols of our people, yet each comes from a source that cannot be.
You must bind them with
The
the
thread of your life and weave them into the tapestry.
weave
I
them
see.
in.
Take feather, claw, and tooth to the loom of fate. Tie them to your thread, you will know it, and return to us.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and tie him to the loom of fate. Here we go, one big old loom.
One of the threads looks a little different from the
That must be
others.
mine.
You
Okay.
get a sense that it represents you. You tie the feather, claw, and tooth to the thread. Strangely, Grizzleheim feels a little more like home to you.
Very good. Awesome. Now let's go talk back to Erd. I mean, talk back to her. Let's go talk to Erd. Okay.
You can now dispel the magic that binds Grandmother Raven within her cage. It should open to your touch.
Okay. Let's go ahead and let Grandmother Raven out, guys. You guys ready for the big stuff? Here we go. Oh, awesome cinematics. Look at that. Grandmother Raven is being freed. What? Where'd she go? Notice there's another big tree here. Everybody see that? Big tree? Very good, very good. And guess who sits in the big tree? That's Grandmother Raven for you
Free
right
from
there.
that cage. Now I can take. Do not be afraid. Walk up the ramp so that I can see you.
Okay, now we get to talk to Grandmother Raven in her true form. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love the way they built the game here. So let's talk to Grandmother Raven now up here.
It has been centuries since I wore this shape. Oh, to stretch these wings once more.
Okay.
There is still much to do, else the Everwinter takes us all in its cold, clawed grasp.
Yeah.
When the Ice Titan fought with his brothers, the Titans of Fire and Storm,
The world was threatened with ruin.
Bartleby sung the song that put them to sleep, and bound together the shattered world, and spun it into the spiral.
Very
Four
good.
sons there are of the Ice Titan. Four
giants of frost.
Ostri, Vestri,
Sudri, and Nordri are their names.
Each frost giant rules a land near Rundle Fjord, and they have never been friendly to bear, wolf, or raven.
Okay.
But the one they liked least was their father,
The Ice Titan.
himself.
Yep.
While the father slumbers, the sons run wild.
Do they now?
The four ice giants each have a means to bind their father to sleep.
Okay.
4 golden seals.
4 golden seals.
I lay this task upon you, to fetch back the golden seals. The gate to Austri's land will now open to you. Go
Fantastic.
To the gate and speak to Austri. Bargain for the seal. Then return with it. There is no other way.
And unfortunately, guys, that is all the time we have today. Guys, I hope you guys had a good time. We have freed Grandmother Raven, and then we continue on in our Winter Tusk quest. Next time we see you going to Australand. This is Kieran Trollcaller, played by Kimise. See you guys on the next episode of the Myth Walkthrough. Bye-bye.